Good evening and thank you for joining us. It's Friday, July 18th, 2025, and we're bringing you the latest stories shaping our world. From political showdowns in Washington to climate action in Europe and innovation in Asia, we cover the headlines that matter. Tonight we'll look at a pivotal U.S. infrastructure vote, a high-stakes EU climate summit, and a major African trade initiative. We'll also explore breakthroughs in technology, new efforts to save the Amazon, and a discovery on Mars. Our goal to give you the context and clarity you need to understand today's most important events. Let's get started with a look at the crossroads facing our world: challenges, opportunities, and the drive for progress. Stay with us as we unpack these headlines and their impact on your life. From global politics to scientific breakthroughs, we have it covered. Thank you for making us your source for global news. All eyes are on Capitol Hill as lawmakers prepare for a crucial vote on a sweeping infrastructure bill. The legislation proposes trillions to modernize roads, bridges, and public transit, and expand high-speed internet to rural communities. Supporters say it will create jobs and boost the economy, while critics worry about the cost and national debt. The bill also invests in green infrastructure, including electric vehicle charging stations and renewable energy. The outcome will shape America's future and test political cooperation in a divided Congress. With broad public support but concerns over funding, tonight's decision will have lasting consequences. We'll bring you updates as soon as the results are in. In Brussels, EU leaders gather for an emergency climate summit after alarming scientific reports warn time is running out. On the table, stricter emissions targets, phasing out fossil fuel subsidies, and massive investments in renewables. The debate pits economic concerns against urgent calls for action, with activists demanding bold steps for a sustainable future. The E.U. quote, "S decision will set a global benchmark. Success could reinvigorate climate efforts worldwide, while failure risks undermining the Paris Agreement." The world is watching to see if Europe can rise to this historic challenge. In Asia, Japan unveils the Sakura Express, a next-generation bullet train connecting Tokyo, Nagoya, and Osaka. Traveling at over 400 kilometers per h, the maglev train slashes travel times and showcases Japan's engineering leadership. The project boosts tourism, business, and regional development while offering a low-carbon alternative to air and road travel. The Sakura Express is a model for sustainable infrastructure, inspiring similar projects worldwide. By linking economic hubs, it encourages balanced growth beyond Tokyo. As urbanization and climate change accelerate, Japan's innovation sets a new standard for public transportation. The world is watching and taking notes. In Addis Ababa, the African Union launches a new phase of the African Continental Free Trade Area. The initiative aims to harmonize customs, eliminate trade barriers, and create a digital platform for cross-border business. With a market of 1.3 billion people, AfCFTA could spur industrialization, create jobs, and reduce poverty. Challenges remain: coordinating 55 nations and upgrading infrastructure, but leaders are committed to success. By boosting intra-African trade, the continent can become more resilient and less dependent on external markets. The initiative marks a bold step toward African unity and economic self-determination. For everyday people, it promises more choices, lower prices, and new opportunities. Africa is shaping its own economic destiny. In Latin America, a new multi-billion-dollar fund is launched to protect the Amazon rainforest. Governments and philanthropists will support anti-deforestation efforts, reforestation, and sustainable livelihoods for local communities. The Amazon, vital for global climate stability, faces threats from illegal logging and agriculture. The fund empowers indigenous communities and strengthens environmental enforcement. Conservationists stress that funding must be matched by strong political will and respect for land rights. The world is watching to see if this initiative can help secure the Amazon's future. The stakes couldn't be higher for our planet. Artificial intelligence is transforming personal healthcare, making monitoring and advice more accessible than ever. New wearables and apps use AI to track health metrics, detect anomalies, and offer real-time insights. These tools empower people to manage chronic conditions and share data with doctors for better care. For seniors, features like fall detection and emergency alerts provide added safety. But rapid adoption raises concerns about data privacy, security, and algorithmic bias. Strong regulations and ethical guidelines are needed to ensure responsible use. AI is reshaping healthcare. If used wisely, it could revolutionize wellness for all. Global markets saw sharp swings after oil-producing nations agreed to gradually increase output. The move aims to stabilize energy prices and ease inflation, with immediate effects on stocks and fuel costs. Industries reliant on fuel welcomed the news, but environmental groups warn it could slow the shift to clean energy. The decision highlights the tension between economic needs and climate goals. Market analysts are watching to see if increased supply meets demand, without destabilizing oil-exporting economies. The global energy landscape remains volatile and complex. Policymakers face a delicate balancing act between growth and sustainability. The world's energy future is at a crossroads. NASA's Perseverance rover has confirmed subsurface brine lakes on Mars, a breakthrough in the search for life. Using ground-penetrating radar, the rover detected stable, salty water just meters below the surface. These hidden lakes could offer a habitable environment shielded from harsh Martian conditions. Scientists are planning future missions to analyze the brine for signs of life. The discovery reshapes our understanding of Mars's past and its potential for habitability. It's a milestone for planetary science and human curiosity. As we push the boundaries of exploration, tonight's news brings us closer to answering the age-old question, are we alone? Thank you for joining us for this global news update. Stay informed and good night.